78.6 FM Yoma Time. This is Positive Vibes of Winston. We are back for another Saturday. Hey, yo, check this out. Today we're going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. If you know me, if you know my energy, you know my vibe at work, if you've been around me, then you know I'm one of those guys that likes to laugh, love, and live. So that's what we're going to talk about today, man. Laugh, love, and live. Been a great week, man. Busy as all get out. I don't know what's going on, man. You know, a lot of things going on in the U.S. We got a new president-elect. Even tracking that out here in Japan, man. Everybody's asking questions about what the Americans think about everything going on back home. And so I want to tell you, everybody back home, I love you. I miss you. Keeping things moving out here, hopefully making y'all proud. Looking at the airways. I got some great things coming up for the rest of the year, man. I got an interview on base with astronaut Johnny Kim coming up. Just did an amazing interview with one of my favorite artists, Will Brooks, Doctor Who fan himself, and also does the covers for a lot of my favorite comics, man, from Torchwood, Doctor Who. And I can't wait to show that to you guys on Thanksgiving so you can see what I've been cooking up behind the scenes, man. But we got to clean some sound up, so I got to get to that. So it's coming. Hey, guess what? 78.6 FM Yoma Time. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome, your boy. I'm here. So check this out, man. If you look online at any time of the day, you'll be guaranteed to find something negative, right? Something that's going to get your mood off, right? So the thing is, why would you just subject yourself to negativity like that? Just throw yourself into it to start your day off. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whatever you do, do not start your day off with negativity. Come on, man. Find something that makes you happy to start your day off. We talk about it every week, just about gratitude, right? Hopefully, before you went to bed, you wrote down something that you were thankful for so you can jump into the morning and check it out and be like, hey, I'm going to start my day off with gratitude. But guess what? After work, some of you might have had a horrible day. Some of you might be at work and have a horrible day to start your morning off, right? What I always tell you, don't let one bad situation mess up your day. Don't let one bad day spoil your week. Don't let one bad week spoil your month. So if you rewind it, if you take yourself back and you start all over and you think about it, what is something that makes you happy, right? So that's what I thought about that all week. I was like, what makes me happy? What is something that really grabs my attention and brings me back if I'm going into a nasty little place, right? First and foremost, family. Right, me and my little brother was going back and forth on Facebook this week, made me happy. I called back home, talked to the little ones. Man, it's so many things that I can connect to that takes my mood to a different place. And I was telling another friend of mine this week, you got to figure out what grounds you. What takes you back? What brings you back when negativity tries to pull you out of your comfort, right? And I don't even want to call it comfort zone. When negativity tries to grab you out of your positive vibe, what do? What do you reach toward? What grounds you? What brings you back? So I asked people what they do on their lunch break. It was just a random question. Hey, man, what do you do for your lunch break? You'll be amazed how many people don't go anywhere, right? So you don't go anywhere for lunch? You just stay there the whole time? Yeah, all right, cool. Then you ask them about, what do you do? I just go grab something and I come back. No, come on, man. You guys got to be more creative than that, especially if you're trying to get out of a funk. Your day started off a little rough. Think about this. What are some things you can do on your lunch break to kind of spark you back up, get those juices flowing, get your mind reset, right? If you can break, what do you do? So I threw some suggestions out there. I said, hey, first and foremost, how about if you live by the gym, or should I say you work by a gym, why don't you go work out for 30 minutes? Everybody had 1,000 excuses. I promise, 1,000 excuses why they couldn't work out at lunchtime. And my thing is, okay, tell me what the reason is. And I let them break it down. I was like, cool, so hey, nix that, you can do this. Oh, you don't have time to shower? Bring your stuff. Oh, you don't have time to eat? Bring your food. I mean, I nixed every excuse somebody had when they said that is one thing that brings them back and it actually sets their mind right is working out if they can break. Talk to your boss. Talk to your team. Hey, I'm going to take an extra 30 minutes, extra 15 minutes here so I can shower. I mean, people don't think about these things. They automatically assume they can't do it. And it's that doubt, right? So they don't even try. So bring that back. What else can you do? Some people like to eat and, kind of sit in their car. I found nothing wrong with that. You're getting away from the office grind. You're getting away from whatever's been going on all morning just to kind of reset your mind, right? And I like it when people go in their car and they're watching something that makes them smile. That's my favorite. I was like, oh, so you go to the car and watch something that makes you happy. You don't get caught up in the news. You're not jumping online to see what's being said on the other news outlets, huh? You jumping on Netflix or on Amazon or on YouTube, and you're finding something that makes you smile. Interesting. If you're listening to me right now, this is 78.6 FM. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. We're talking about laughing, loving, and living. Right now, I'm on laughing. Hey, man, you got way too many reasons to smile than to let negativity drag you down. And trust me, our minds, think about it. It's written, and you'll find it, Google it. Our minds are attracted to negativity first. You will find something negative before you find the positive. Why is that? Because finding the positive takes more work. Did you know that? Oh, come on, Winsome. Don't be throwing that stuff at me. Listen to me. It's easier to get stuck on negative. Positivity takes more work. So if you didn't realize that it takes just a little bit of effort to maintain a positive attitude and a positive mindset, I'm telling you right now, it takes a little bit of effort. Just a little bit. And there's tricks, there's tips, there's ways to bring yourself back to maintain a positive attitude throughout your day, throughout your week, even now. Hey, so I woke up this morning, man. I had a couple of things on my list to do, right? I was like, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do A, I'm going to do B, I'm going to do C. I ain't telling you all my business. So I'm going to do all three of these items, right? The weather sucks, so I couldn't do A. I left my ID card at home, so I couldn't do B. Came back. But you know what I did? I reset. I parked my car and I set myself down and I said, take a time out, bro. You're moving too fast. You're too excited. You're going out here. Yeah, the weather's not agreeing with you. The clouds ain't parted yet. There's rain coming down. You can't go out and see the views you want to see. I give y'all that one. But you're not too far from home. You can go back and get your ID card, restart. I know you're not going to be on the original time that you had set up, Winsome. But you can still do what you had set out to do. Don't let an obstacle distract you. And I'm so glad I told my brain to shut up real quick. I did. I told my brain to shut up. I said, hey, man, brain, shut up. Think about how you can pause, time, reset, look at what's in front of you, and refocus. And that's exactly what I did. And I got everything done that I wanted to today. You know what's funny? The clouds parted. The sun came out. It went from being an ugly-looking morning to a beautiful afternoon. I can't make this stuff up. I'm looking outside right now, and you probably saw before I flipped the camera to me. It's beautiful outside right now, man. It's green. It's blue. The clouds are perfect. It's nice. So no matter where you're at, man, you might be one step away from that joy, but you stopping yourself at the very first obstacle, the very first hurdle. You want to, skirt. I ain't doing it. You can't. You got to keep moving. You got to keep pushing. You got to force yourself to find that, take that little bit of work to find a positive vibe, find that positive energy. Right? People let one person ruin their whole day. There are 7 billion people in the world. Why are you letting one person ruin anything for you? That person has actually absolutely nothing to do with your future most of the time. May be significant in the moment, but look beyond that. Think beyond that. That person's significance may be very small. Go to your car at lunchtime. Go to the gym at lunchtime. Walk out of the building if you work in a building environment, right? If you outside, go somewhere away from your work site. Think about these things, man. Get your mind off of it for a minute. Detach. And then come back when it's time to connect. What do? It's a multitude of things. Mixture. I try to break it. I try because I got a lot of little friends that work for me, man. So we always got something going on. But if I dip, I dip. And I always make it a point at least 3 times, 3 out of 5 times to get out of the building. I'm gone. I'm going to try to hit the gym. If I got to go away from the office, I grab something I like to watch. Hey, what is it, Kimmy Schmidt? That show is hilarious. Titus is my spirit animal, man. He cracks me up. He makes me laugh, right? Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They're humor. They always make fun of everything. Guaranteed laughs. Scrubs. May not be laughing as hard, but it always makes me smile. These are things, positive energy. I know these shows are going to keep me positive. They're not going to drag me down if I flip on Facebook and see some bad news, right? CNN, see some sort of weird news story leaking. I don't want that in my life, man. I mentioned this before. Michael Jai White, martial artist, 5-time, or I guess 5-degree black belt, whatever he is nowadays. and also an actor, my man Michael Jai White, MJ Dub. He was on Vlad TV and he says, why invite it? He says, I'm not even out on social media that much. He says, so why would I invite negativity into my life when I can control that? If it's positive or negative energy that I can control, why invite the negative? Smile, laugh, find something that makes you happy. What makes you happy? What grounds you? What brings you back to positivity? Find that, chase that. Some people, man, they don't realize that there's so many things that they can do around them because they get stuck or what's right in front of them. Hey, man, I love you. I'm proud of you. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, you survived the craziest year of probably my lifetime, one of the craziest. And you're still moving. You're still pushing. You're still grinding. There's so much more to do for you, for me, for us, for our family, friends. Laugh. Find the happy things. Find the things that used to make you happy. You ever watch shows or movies that make you a little nostalgic? Think about this. Movies that take you back, right? And I know I tell you, if you had a rough childhood or rough times in the past, you don't want to go backwards because you're hurting your neck, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you have a nostalgic movie or show that used to make you smile, used to make you laugh. For me, one of those is Elf. I don't care what year it is. Elf makes me laugh. Like, I can throw Will Ferrell on, and that instantly made Will Ferrell one of my favorite actors. It's just timeless movie, and that's one of those I can just pop in and smile the entire time. Another nostalgic movie for me is Purple Rain. It takes me all the way back to my childhood. I can't say it's fit for kids, but Purple Rain, Prince, right? So many things about the 80s pop out. And guys, if you didn't know, I was an 80s baby, right? So what takes you back? What makes you happy? What makes you smile? That movie reminds me of the happy times when both my parents were in a household, right? When everything in my life was good. Christmases were nice. We're in a nice city, a nice house. My family seemed to be getting along. Everybody was so happy. There's those things. What can you do? What takes you to those moments? What grounds you to a happy place? Can't find it? That's a homework assignment for you. And you can comment on the YouTube page to me and say, hey, I found it. When you find it, if you got to do a homework assignment, please come back on there and tell me what you found, man. Share it with me and everybody else who comments on there. If you do, I would love to know what you found that grounds you, that makes you happy, that brings you back, right? Don't get caught in the negativity. That negativity is always going to be there. There's always going to be someone or something that's trying to pull you down. Don't let it happen to you. You might be that light. You might be that beacon. You might be that sun that's bringing somebody else's spirits up that needs you. So don't let the most insignificant person, place, or thing bring you down. So the funny story is I was talking to one of my mentors the other day, man, and I was telling him, reminding him like some of the things we went through. And I was like, hey, man, I just try to keep this energy because I know for somebody, I'm going to be that flashlight. I always say that. You guys can go back on Facebook and see my quote talking about how I just wanted to be a flashlight for the folks who needed me in some of the darkest times. Do you know what my mentor told me? He said, hey, man, open that page back up and look at everything you've done. You weren't a flashlight, Playboy. When it was the darkest time, you were the moon. And that's what you want to be for somebody. Not just a little flicker, not just a little light. You want to be the moon for somebody. And you may not even realize you're doing it. You may not know that you're getting somebody, navigating someone through some of their dark times. But stay happy, stay positive, find it. Remember what I told you? It takes just a little bit of effort. Put that effort in. What do you think is going to happen at the end of the day? The worst case scenario is that you leave your day with a positive mindset, that you've practiced trying to find ways to be happy. Come on, man. You practicing trying to find ways to be happy? What do you think is going to be the outcome of that? You flexing your happy muscles. You strengthening that happy core. You're getting yourself lined up, and you can just build upon that each day. Positivity, positive vibes, positive energy is not hard. It just takes a little bit of effort. I love you. I know you can do it. We'll be back right after this break. Positive Vibes of Winston. Talk to you in a second. 78.6 FM Yoma time. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. Hey, look, when we left, I was talking to y'all about trying to laugh, right? Positive Vibes. Come on, man. What's the name of the show? Positive Vibes. You know what attracted me to this show? To this radio station, man. One of the standards, requirements is positivity. You can't jump on this radio and be, oh, woe is me. I come to the radio to talk to you. You can't do that. You got to come in here and you got to be able to be positive. You got to spread happiness. You got to spread positivity because you never know who is listening and who needs it. I love that. Sign me up. Give me 2 of those. Let's go. So you talk about laughing, smiling, finding those things that make you laugh. Who's that stand-up comedian that always brings your mood up? Is it Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell, like it is for me? Who makes you smile? What grounds you? Is it your family, your kids, your friends? I got buddies right now that I can talk to on a nightly basis. I got one that me and him got this thing called What You Got? Or Who You Got, right? And we give each other options. We got to pick who we got. So we won't even say nothing. We just text Who You Got. And then we be throwing options at each other and just makes each other laugh. It's the stupidest thing. But you know what? It is something that makes us smile, and we have each other to do it. I have another buddy. We just text and we plan all kind of random stuff, knowing we can't even leave Okinawa right now, but we make up stories about if we did. And we laugh. And we be on the phone and we text. This is what friends do. You find that person that helps you stay grounded, that helps you smile, that keeps you, brings you back. Have those people in your life, man. They don't have to be next to you every 5 minutes. I get it. But have someone that you know you can reach out to and say, hey, man, what you doing? And you know they're going to make you smile, right? Not somebody who's always, woe is me. I need to talk to somebody because I'm always in a bad mood. No, if you got that person, you tell them to cheer up. And you show them, yo, hey, you will either vibe with me or you vibe away from me. I need you to pick your spirits up and let's go, right? Come on. You can keep moving. And the people who are at the finish line with you, that means they're supposed to be there, right? Keep pulling because people are going to see you and you're going to be a beacon. You're going to be a symbol and people are going to be inspired by it, motivated. They're going to want to know, how do you do it, right? Laugh. Love, live, love something. What do you love? Ask how many people around you love their job. How many people do you know? Raise your hand. No, I'm kidding. I know I can't see you. How many people do you know love their job? Love what they do every day. Those people are precious, man, because they found something that they're passionate about and they love doing every day. They go in there and they can do it for free, right? Even though they can't pay their bills, they can do it for free, or they would. I work with some amazing people at my previous base, San Antonio, Texas, AFPC, Air Force Personnel Center. I had some amazing civilians that would work, and Lacey, Jim Standards, that would work way past their time, right? Way past their cutoff because they wanted to take care of people. They didn't care about the overtime hours. They may have. Nobody told me. They didn't say, hey, man, I'm working overtime. I'm still here. No, they did it. Unexpectedly, they would be there. You turn around. You still here? Because they love what they did. They love taking care of people. And you know what else? They loved our team. We made each other laugh. In some of the worst of circumstances, we made each other laugh and smile. We would talk trash about each other. One of us make a mistake. It was funny. But you know the power of it? We would help each other fix it, no matter how much time it took. I remember nights we'd be there from, 6 o'clock in the morning till 9, 10. I think one time we got out there 11 o'clock at night trying to close something out. And you know what? It wasn't about the mission or the program. It was multiple programs that we just unprecedented. But we had each other, and we loved what we did when we did it together. It was magical. That's one of the things I always try to pull with me no matter where I go. I want that team love, that environment, and loving what we do. If you can connect us to the work, man, we're going to make it magic, right? Not only that, who do you love? So you talk about what do you love. Do you love what you do? Who do you love? People laugh because I go home every day and I see my little poodle wagging his little tail. He's so excited to see me when I walk in. He just makes my whole night better as soon as I see him excited, right? And that's when I love walking in and seeing that. Who do you love? What do you connect to? Who do you love reaching out to? Who celebrates your victories with you? Who plans with you? Who do you love seeing? Who do you love hearing their voice? Who do you love spending time with, planning trips, going on adventures with when COVID wasn't a thing? Right? Who do you love seeing before work and after work? Who do you love video chatting with right now if you can't be next to them? These are things you want to find out if you don't know. I'm giving y'all homework, man. Laugh, love. You got to love something. And if you didn't realize you did, I'm telling you, love is a powerful word, but I'm guarantee you there's something that you right now can't do without. Some people love the gym. I used to be like that. I love the gym, right? Love fighting, little brother, Chris Cully. Some people love fighting. Like, they just love that contact, being in the ring, and the energy and the momentum of it all, and the rage, right? They just love that feeling, even if it is for 3 minutes at a time or whatever the time limits are. They love that moment. I used to love football. Sadly, that's changed. When I couldn't be on the field anymore, my love for the game kind of shifted. I didn't want to watch other people play. I wanted to be out there. But I used to love football. And I tell you, in love, I can tell you stats, what was going to happen with teams, who the best players were every year. I was that guy. If you were doing fantasy football, I'd give you tips. I didn't even play. I just did it for the love of the game. I would mimic players. That's what I love doing on the field. We would mimic. I had 2-3 friends that we all had someone that we can associate with. And we would mimic them on the field. That's the love of the game. And I was always the smallest guy, but I always had the most fun. Anyway, love something. What do you love? Then we got that PS5 coming out. Some people about to love that PS5. But when you're not playing the game, some people love reading. You know, you hear some famous people talk about they're in love with reading. They're in love with knowledge. What do you love? What is it that you can get up, do for free, and love doing it, do all day, all week if you could? I love traveling. I do. But I ain't going to talk about that because that's my next topic. So what do you love? What do you connect with? You got homework, man. If you don't know, I need to know. Check it out, YouTube. I'm going to send this link out. Put in your comments. What do you love, man? Who do you love? You got homework if you didn't think about that. What do you love doing? If you don't love coming to work, what is it that you love and that you do for free? Is it the gym? Is it running? I don't know how y'all do that, man. All right, so let's talk about that real quick. I got buddies that say they run for fun. I can't find the fun in that. How is running fun? Please, in the comments of the YouTube chat, tell me how running is fun. If you guys are using these comments, I need to know. Educate me. Because I can't. We have to run 1.5 miles, right, for a test. And that 1.5 miles at 41 years old does not feel like it did at 21. I'm going to tell you that much. So when you're done, you're spent, exhausted, you want to take the rest of the year off. And some of these guys just keep going. Now, if I see one of you get off the track again, I've seen it one time in my career, get off the 1.5 mile track and keep running to the gym, I'm going to run after you, tackle you, and ask you what's wrong. All right? What are you doing? Who are you? Because you're not from Earth. I do not understand it. So I used to love watching the Olympics too. Oh, the Olympic Games. I was so sad that COVID ruined that this year. I need to read up and see what the plan is. But yeah, I love watching because every one of those people has an amazing journey. I used to love hearing the stories and finding out the fight, the victories, and the things that these people had to overcome just to be able to compete. Amazing stories. What do you love? Do you love teaching? Do you? Do you love giving back to youth? Do you love giving back to people, taking care of folks? What is it that you love? Are you part of organizations? Do you like putting stuff together? What do you love doing? So all you need is love, like the song says, man, right? So I'm going to tell you, you need to be able to laugh. Laughing and loving. Laughing is one thing I would tell you. Smiling, being positive. Man, it is so therapeutic. I'm going to say that again. Laughter is so therapeutic. There's nothing like, I had some folks laughing the other day. I was telling them about an experience, and they were in tears, faces hurting. And it's like, dude, you killing us right now. Stop. But I love the energy. So I kept going, man. That energy. And it's therapeutic not only for the folks laughing, but for the person telling the jokes or the story. It's fun too, because you're making someone happy. So think about this, man, if you haven't thought about it. What makes you smile? What makes you happy? What is it that you would do for free? What do you love? What are you passionate about? All you need is love, man. Positivity. What I tell you a little while ago, 78.6 FM Yomaton. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. We're talking about loving and laughing right now. It's that simple. Those are two key components to a happy life, man. You find it. And what we say, people will try to pull you from it. And people will try to take what you love. Ooh, misery loves company. There will be those that will try to steal what you love, steal your joy. Don't let anybody steal your joy, man. You hear these things and you see these memes about people talking about, yeah, operating secret, maneuver as a ninja. Let me tell you something, man. Live. Live your life. Stop shifting and moving and worrying about other people. Live your life. You don't have to share every step, every action you take. You don't have to broadcast it before you do it as if it's something that everyone in the world needs to know to support you. No, do it for you. If you have kids, do it for your kids. Show them mommy or daddy built this from scratch and look what it created. Be happy. I remember building a dodgeball tournament, and the first time I tried it, we were in Kosovo, and it was just like 5 people, 6 people. But once it got around what we were doing and the word got out, we did it again. People started asking me, hey, you doing that again? You doing it again? I got pictures. I'll share one day. Man, everywhere I go now, I host a huge dodgeball tournament, and before COVID, it was amazing. It's because I loved doing it. I loved playing. I loved being a part of it. What do you love? And it made me happy. What makes you happy? Talk to you right after this message. Positive Vibes with Winsome. .6 FM. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. We're back, man. It's Saturday. We're talking about energy. We're talking about loving. We're talking about laughing. And we're going to talk about living. Let me tell you something, man. 100%. Live your life. I don't care what a meme says. I don't care what your favorite coach, motivational speaker, best friend, mom, dad, cousins, I don't care. What is it that you want to do with your life? Yours. What is it that you want to do with your story? Right? So I talked to you about the first two, which today's message, if you guys didn't hear, 78.6 FM, Yomaton. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. Today's message is laugh, love, and live. Little remix to the love, live, laugh, or whatever everybody says in the books and the radio. I'm not doing that. I want to know you, family, friends, whoever's listening. What is it that you've always wanted to do? Places you've always wanted to go, things you've always wanted to accomplish. I don't care how old you are. What is it? Right? I'm going to tell you a story, right? So y'all saw last week, and you probably saw my message on, it was a story. I didn't want to do a Facebook post about it. It was a story. I just showed you guys me climbing on top of this thing, whatever you call it, and ziplining over at Forest Adventure here in Ona. So first and foremost, I'm scared of heights. So if y'all don't know my story by now, you should know there's three things I don't do. I don't do heights. I watch too many shark movies, so I don't do water. And those are two of the rules in my life up to this point. So let me tell you what I had to do. Those were all things I wanted to champion and conquer while I was here. So first move was, of course, when I first started traveling, was Dubai, leap of faith. Second one, zip lining. I will tell you the one thing I won't do is skydiving. All right. I don't care who, no more of my friends better not be recommending me skydiving. I saw how that movie ends, and I'm not involved in it. Okay, so let me just say this. I love ziplining. I got addicted. I'm going back to this park. However, there's a zip connecting me the entire time, right? I'm not jumping and free falling into nothing and putting myself at risk. I'm connected, but I still get to conquer my fear of heights. So we're up there, right? Up on this post, really thin. You can walk around in little short steps, choppy, connect yourself, and zoom. Next, I'm learning how to swim. 41 years old, and I've never learned to swim. I was that guy back in Barstow, California, who would sink to the bottom of the pool in the deep end and bounce back up and hang on to the side just to kind of push myself to say I was in the deep end. I never learned to swim. Now I have neighbors and friends here who actually scuba dive, right? So they're out there doing the real thing. They're putting the equipment on, and I said, that is so cool. And then I see some of the videos. I want to do that. Wait a minute. Hold up. How I do that? First thing, you got to be able to tread water. You got to be able to swim 10 laps without stopping. I'm like, yo, okay, that's a different kind of shape than I'm used to being in, but let's go, right? So by my birthday, mark my words, by my birthday, my goal is to be scuba certified. So swim lessons start for me next week. You're going to see this big brother out there with some floaties on with the little kids making fun of me. But that's okay because I am facing my fears and I'm going out there to learn how to swim because I'm living. No matter what, I'm living. And I want my kids to know, I want my family to see that no matter what happens, it's not what happened to you, it's what you do next. It's not how you started, it's how you finish. It doesn't matter what was written for you, it's the pages that you control. Listen to me when I tell you, live your life. Live your life. Nobody's going to live it for you, and at the end of your story, nobody's going to say, oh, no. It is what you did with your time on this earth. And when you look at how precious, how fragile, and how unique each and every one of our lives are, and how many directions and decisions, how all of it ties together, you really want to start living like now. You start realizing that every day is a blessing. When you wake up, you start seeing that I need to do today what I couldn't do yesterday. Right? I need to be better today. I need to live today. You know what's crazy is when you live your day. I did this. I made myself do it, and I put it in my head like today's your last day. Live your days like it's your last one. Because we take every day for granted. And when you start living your day like it's your last one, it's my last day of work. Let's go. Imagine what you get done. It's my last time talking to this person. Imagine what you say. It's my last time going through this city. Imagine what you look for. Live each day like it's your last. Now, I don't mean stay up all night because you may not wake up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you out there living and you're doing, act as if you're not going to get another chance to do it or live it or see it. Opportunities don't come all the time. We kind of take those for granted as well. We started looking at opportunities like, oh, I can always go to that place. I can always do this. If 2020 didn't teach you nothing else, it's just like that. It can all be taken away. Travel, hugs, closeness, movement, freedoms. The simplest things that we used to have are gone. You got to wear a mask. Yo, you like this, right? I ain't got to wear it today. You got to wear a mask to go anywhere to do anything. Come on, man. It wasn't like this a year ago. So understand something. You have to live each day. When opportunities come, take them. For my job, we got a list. There was a list of things you can and can't do based on the restrictions from Corona. So as soon as that list came out, I started highlighting what we can do now. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Why do you think that is? Not because now the freedoms came, but I didn't know when it was going to take the freedoms away again, and I didn't want to live thinking I should have did that when I had the chance. You hear me? I should have did that when I had the chance. That's what a lot of us were stuck saying for the last 10, 11 months. I should have did that when I had the chance. People had tickets that they never used, or flights that they looked into, never went, places they always wanted to go, never saw. And think about it, until this dies over, you still got to delay your plans, but that don't mean you can't keep them. What's the one thing I used to tell you guys, man, when I started this show was, don't change the goal, change your route, change your path. Keep the goal the same. You just have to adapt to whatever new things come in your way. You have to change your path, adjust, not adapt, adjust. So you make a statement, man. Your statement is, today, everything is different. Everything changes. I'm going to live today like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to make sure that I'm getting it all out. I'm not going to procrastinate and act like I can do this another time. Because all of that procrastination, all of that second guessing yourself, all of that doubting your capabilities, all of that is doing nothing but keeping you from living. Living. Fear will keep you from living. If you did not know, fear is the biggest killer of dreams, because fear keeps you from doing things that you may have been wanting to do your entire life, doing things that other people won't, doing things that other people can't. Fear. And you may be a guru, pro, the best at it, but you don't allow yourself to even try it. It requires a different mindset. It requires mental toughness to tell yourself, stop doubting myself, stop telling myself I can't, and try. I'll tell you, when I climbed to the top of that stairway or the top of the ladder and got to the top and looked over and I saw that height, my brain instantly told me to climb back down. But that's when I told my brain to shut up. And I looked and I was like, nah, man, we're going to do this. It's game time. We about to do this. No matter what the outcome is, I don't care if I soil myself going across this thing. I'm about to do it. And none of that happened. It was the most freeing feeling going across that zip. And I expect the same outcome from learning how to swim and getting into large bodies of water. And how much freedom I'm going to feel. How much I've always wanted it. I've always watched it, from being on a cruise to watching other people swim. I've always watched. From seeing the waves move here on this beautiful island, I'm watching all this water and I can't even get in it. And it's clear. You have to change how you see yourself. You have to change what you thought about yourself. You got to look at what you want, and you have to live and go for it. Now you got homework to do. What are those things that you've always wanted to do? I had a 20-something-year-old teammate learning how to skate. Had the four-wheel skates the other day. Skating. Cute little things, pink skates. I was proud of her. I had one of my teammates tell me, I want to run like that guy. And I asked him, what's stopping you? Get your butt out there and start working. Get on that track and try. Ask him what he does. You got a role model, go learn from him. And people's ego don't let him. Oh, he's younger than me. I'm not ever going to be that fast. No, bro, get out there and try. You never know what's in you until you force yourself to bring it out. Stop doubting yourself. Friends of mine that go out there and take that test, they doubt themselves every year. It's the funniest thing because they wait to the last minute to prepare. Preparation. They wait to the last minute to prepare and then they get out there and they're nervous, right? But if you take all the steps, if you take all the actions and you're confident, you've been practicing, and when you get out there and it's game time, you're not going to have that same fear. You're ready. The only thing that's going to be working against you is something random, right? Something crazy happens because you're ready, physically, mentally ready. So I'm going to tell you something, man. You are amazing. You are unique. You are one of one. I am grateful for you. I am thankful for all of us that we have a new day, that we get to try this all over again, that we get to do this again, right? And what's your new day? What are you going to do with it? What new doors are you going to open? What new things are you going to, what new chapters are you going to write in your book? What new direction, what new path are you going to take? Who are you going to be tomorrow? Like I've always told you and like I've been saying for months, you don't have to be who you were yesterday. Change your identity. Your ID is you, and I don't mean the illegal way. I mean change your DNA of how you move, how you think. Be who you want to be, not who others want of you, not what somebody else demands of you. Be who you want to be unapologetically. Be unapologetically you. Be authentically you. But you have to know who that is. You have to know what that looks like. Because if you don't and if you can't, then you're going to be bitter. You're going to be resentful at the end of your chapters, at the end of your story, because there's going to be so many things you're mad at yourself that you didn't do because you didn't do. But if you do it now, you're going to be stronger for it. You're going to have that mindset that's not only going to make you better, but you're going to be able to help somebody else gain that same confidence to be better. Think about that. It starts in your mind first. And if you think positively, you start laughing, you start being happy about things. You start taking that little bit of energy to be positive versus negative, right? Remember that little bit of effort. When you start figuring out what you love doing, who you are, what you would do for free, what you're passionate about. When you start learning what you want to do with yourself, what you have never done and what you've always wanted to do. Laugh, love, live. I'll see you next week.